going to get a second chance in the game.
Good afternoon. My name is Glen Brittich. I'm the defensive coordinator here at Elmhurst College. Thank you very much for joining us here today. Today I'm going to talk about our pursuit series. What we do here on defense, we do a couple drills that we believe strongly in, and we're going to go through that here today. The first thing that I want to talk about is just our attitude and why we run our pursuit series. Everybody has their own flavor. The biggest thing that we talk about is pursuit is all about attitude. And we have a couple different drills that accomplish the goals that we need to accomplish in pursuit, but the number one thing we talk to our players about is just the attitude. So pursuit is purely a relentless desire to get to the football. And we can talk about not following the same color jersey, we can talk about all the different drills in the world, but if our players don't have that just relentless desire to get to the football, then we're not going to be successful. Angles and those kinds of things, we're going to drill them, and we're going to talk about those here in a few minutes. But the number one thing is the attitude. So first and foremost, we go through our players what it takes for them to pursue. It's very much a mental process. It's a want-to process. It's something that you have to have inside you. You have to have a desire to go get that football. Okay? Pursuit is just gives you the ability to make great plays. By running to the football, we've all seen it as coaches that gives you the ability to make great plays. And my belief, our belief here at Elmhurst is great defenses run. We believe we run to the ball very, very well. We believe that we have a great attitude there. But speed, agility, and desire are all key components to great pursuit. Okay, good defenses run and speed kills in this game nowadays. We talk to our players about how to pursue. First and foremost, we talk about playing your responsibility first. If you don't execute your responsibility, then you shouldn't be running the football. Number two, we have to take a proper course to the ball. That's extremely important. Number three, don't follow the same color jersey. That's something that I'm sure all of you talk to all of your players about on a consistent basis. Number four is desire, and then the bottom line is you got to get there. You got to find some way to get to the football. And then we also talk to our players about what pursuit does. It eliminates big plays, both long runs and long passes. They're going to pop a 12-yard run. They're going to catch a ball that's at 15 or 20 yards. But pursuit is going to eliminate the extra yards, the yards after the catch, the yards after contact. That pursuit does that. It also gives us the opportunity to make great plays. You're chasing down that ball carrier, you're able to strip the ball when he's holding it behind his body, whatever the case might be. And then the bottom line, pursuit makes you a great defensive team. The difference between a good defense and a great defense, or a poor defense and a good defense, is pursuit to the football. Okay? Because the X's and O's are great, but the bottom line is you have to run to the football. And the pursuit is one of the most important ingredients for that. We have three specific drills that we talk about in pursuit, and we space these drills out throughout camp and throughout spring and throughout the season. Partly, they all have a different focus, but the other reason is it doesn't get our players bored with one drill. So we will go through these couple drills today. The first drill that we will talk about is just our basic Blue Jay pursuit drill. This drill serves two purposes for us. Number one, it's all about attitude for me. It's about attitude of running to the football, and a big emphasis that we have here at Elmhurst College is 3 and out. So we will execute this drill 3 times to get off the field. We'll talk about that here in a second. But the number one thing is this is all attitude. It's all about the guys having fun and running to the football. It is not a conditioning drill, although they are going to, it's going to work pretty hard, but it's something about them getting to the football. The second thing from a coaching standpoint is this is very much our alignment assignment period. When we will install something, we're going to put calls out there, and we're going to have them communicate, and we're going to have them get lined up in different ways, so it serves a dual purpose for us. So to set up this drill, what we're going to do is we're going to set the defense out. I'm going to give our base call. So I'll make my base defensive call. We'll make whatever that we put in that day, whatever the case might be. Everything is going to be on air. I'll be the quarterback. I'm going to sit back usually in a shotgun scenario, and then I'll have a coach about 20, 25 yards past the defense on either side. You'll see that here on the film here in a second. Okay. At that point, I'm going to start calling out what the offensive formation is, what the backfield set is, where the tight end is, all those different types of things. So then our defense can make our call. We can set our defense to the strength, to the weak side, whatever the case might be. We can make formational calls, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. At that point, I'm going to then go through a cadence. I may give motion, and this is where the alignment assignment comes in. If you make motion adjustments and things of that nature. And then I go ahead and snap the ball. Everything's on air. When I say snap the ball, it's still on air. I actually don't throw a ball. At that point, all D linemen, they do an up down. Everybody else, they're going to get to their pass responsibility. So our linebackers will get to their 2 drop, their hook curl drop. Safeties will get to their half field, their third, their corners will get to their third, whatever the case might be. At one point, I will, on air, throw a ball to one of the corners where the coaches go, and then everybody's going to pursue to the ball. You're going to get to that coach, everybody's going to get a breakdown, coach is going to give them a breakdown, they're going to do a down up, and then they're going to sprint back to me. Now our goal is to have 3 perfect reps. That's 3 perfect reps from an alignment, assignment, an effort, and an enthusiasm standpoint. If we don't get 3 perfect reps, we didn't get off the field, then we have to start the series over. We are very much on trying to get off the field every third down. We want 3 and outs, as I'm sure most of you are, and it's a big point of emphasis for our pursuit drill. So if you look at the drill here, this is just a base shell of our defense, and behind the defense is where our second, third, fourth groups are lined up ready to rock and roll. So our first group is out here. I'm in the back as a quarterback. I'm making my calls. I'm telling them what the base defense is. If you look in the upper left, you'll have one coach that's in the corner, and there's a mirrored coach on the right. And I'm barking out what the formation is, what the call is, and our guys are just purely getting aligned. Our guys are aligned. I go ahead and I make the cadence. We're obviously bringing a blitz here. Our D-line does an up-down, and everybody sprints to the ball. Coach at that point is going to give them a cue to do an up-down, and then we're going to go ahead and run back, and we'll do it all over again. So the goal is 3 perfect reps. Again, I'm in the back. I'm giving our cadence, I'm giving the offensive formation, backfield set, whatever the case might be. Our guys are getting aligned. They're making calls. I think at one point I start to give any kind of motion, so they have to create new calls. Defensive lineman will do an up-down, and then we're sprinting to the ball. This is an attitude. This is an effort. The goal with this drill, especially when we do it in spring and when we do it in camp, is for our guys to get excited to run to the football. I know when I was a player and we would do pursuit drill for 10 or 15 minutes, it was a conditioning period for us. I don't want this to be a conditioning period. What I want this to be is a period where they're excited because pursuing to the football is the foundation of our defense. Once they pursue the football, great things will happen. Obviously, we want to make a lot of tackles for loss. That you wish that happens, but it doesn't all the time. They're going to create. There's good players out there. There's good coaches, and they're going to create some runs. They're going to create some passes. So we want our guys running to the football, and this is all an attitude piece. At this point, I'm going to show you some game tape of us just purely running to the football, and the goal is just seeing, in this case, white jerseys converging on the ball carrier. So at this point, they threw a screen, and you're seeing everybody converge to the football, and 5 yards within five guys within 5 yards of the ball, 90% of the time is gonna get you a win. Okay, so we got a lot of guys running to the football, and that was a great job. Again, another clip here. They're going to throw a swing pass to the weak side. Ball's completed, and you see at this point you got safeties running, you got backers running, you got defensive linemen pursuing, and all because of an attitude. And we made a solo tackle there, and the backer did a great job. But the bottom line was you see everybody, as soon as the ball was thrown, everybody's redirecting, and everybody's running to the football. It is an attitude thing, and it's an excitement thing. This clip here, it's a toss sweep. Now we lever everything in our defense, so all of our guys are running flat down the line of scrimmage except for our corner and our safety on the top. But you see everybody having a relentless desire to get to the football, and that's very, very important to us. That's the bottom line. Again, another clip. I believe this is another clip of a swing route here to the boundary. And instantly everybody is reacting and everybody is running to the football. It's that relentless desire to get to the football that I believe makes defenses successful. Now that's the first drill that we run. And that drill is pure attitude, and on the coaching side of things, I believe it's a great chance for us to just do base alignment assignment. The next drill we do is very much from a takeaway standpoint. This is an interception drill. It's one that we set up. Again, it has an alignment assignment component, but we are very specific when we get a takeaway and we intercept the ball. We're very specific in who's responsible for what in terms of trying to score. Obviously, whenever you get a takeaway, you want to try and score. So the purpose of this drill is a pursuit drill with a pass emphasis, and this is a great drill to have your different emphasis. So blocking above the waist, we all talk about that. No blocking in the back. Okay, don't take a chance. We have the ball now. Our offense is getting the ball, so don't take a chance. Okay, and then a big point of emphasis for us is all interceptions, you get to that near sideline. Okay, get to that near sideline and then run up that sideline, try to get to the end zone. The way we set this drill up is almost identical to our Blue Jay pursuit drill. So it's very similar. So if we were to call out pursuit or we were to call out our convoy drill, our guys know how to get aligned. And basically we just get aligned. We give them the formation, 2x2, 3x1, trips, doubles, whatever the case might be. And then we go ahead and we make our call. So we make a cover 2 call, a cover 3 call, a cover 4 call, whatever your calls are. At this point, coach is just going to drop back and he's going to throw the ball generally to one of the far corners or the middle of the field. Okay? He's just going to simulate the ball going in the air and us getting an interception. Now we'll go over the different rules that we have. Our number one rule whenever we get an interception is the near defender blocks the near receiver. Statistically speaking, the near receiver is the one that's going to actually make the tackle most of the time. So, near defender, your job is to always block the near receiver. That's critical. The second thing that we do, the second rule, is defensive lineman, you're responsible for the quarterback. We have a rule, we don't block any offensive linemen. I personally believe that any of our linebackers or any of our defensive backs should be athletic enough to make an offensive lineman miss. So we're going to block the quarterback. Most quarterbacks we see are highly athletic, so we don't want them making the tackle. We're going to block them. And then our third rule is we just form a convoy down the sideline. So, number 1, near defender is going to block the near receiver. Number 2, any defensive lineman, you are blocking the quarterback. Okay? Never block linemen. And then the last rule is we're going to form a convoy down the near sideline. So here's a little bit of practice film of it. So you see us aligned. So our defensive linemen, they're going to do an up-down. We set this up the same as pursuit drill. Coach is going to throw the ball into the corner. Looks like our safety, this was cover 2. He went ahead, he got the interception. Now our corner that was trailing from behind, in this case we actually had 2 guys that saw the defender, so they're going to go ahead and they're going to block the near receiver. And then we're going to form a convoy down up the sideline. And then at the same point, on the left of the screen, kind of out of the screen, our defensive line went directly to the quarterback. Now, if you notice on this drill, we have no linemen. The reason we have no linemen is because we don't want to block linemen. We want to block the athletes. We want to block the quarterbacks. We want to block the receivers. Okay, so by us blocking the near receiver, that's blocking one athlete. By us blocking the quarterback, that's blocking another one. And then our convoy should take care of the other skill that is trying to pursue to the football. So another clip here. Coach is throwing the ball to the back corner. Oh, he's throwing it to the middle. Now you see the corner that rotated over. He's going ahead and blocking the near receiver. We emphasize that. We want them holding their hands out and making that a point of emphasis. I believe you always achieve what you emphasize. Now they're going ahead and making a convoy down the sideline. The defensive linemen were blocking the quarterback, and now they go and they get a break. So we'll always end something there on a break. This is a game clip of it. So we're going to get an interception on the top of the screen here. Quarterback throws the ball. Corner makes a very good play. Now, if you look right here, our backer is going to block that receiver, and the receiver actually bubbles around, which allows him to not make the tackle. Does not allow him to make the tackle. Now, our corner, goes ahead and gets to the near sideline. And if you look at the left of the screen, right now our defensive line, they're trained to go get that quarterback. And we got 2 guys on the quarterback right now. Nobody's blocking the lineman, but our convoy is going down the field, and we end up getting a very, very big play out of this. It was a fantastic play for us. See the end zone shot here. This is a great example of the defensive line. So the quarterback throws the ball. Corner gets the interception, and you see our defensive lineman right there going immediately to the quarterback to make sure that they block the skill. And then we got our convoy going down the sideline. And again, I believe that linebackers and defensive backs should be more athletic than linemen to be able to make them miss and then make a big play. We're going to have an interception here on the bottom of the screen. It's going to be thrown to our cover 2 safety. Okay, so immediately you see the corner. He goes to block. Our corner goes to block the near receiver. Quarterback gets taken out by some linemen, and then we form our convoy down the sideline. To me, a great benefit of this drill is telling them not to block linemen, because that's where a lot of penalties will happen, where you're turning backwards, you're trying to block somebody just because you're trying to do something that's helpful. And that's a big point of emphasis for us. So again, you see near defender, block the receiver, and then we form our convoy down the sideline for a big play. So here's an interception by our backer. He gets to the near sideline. We'll get you on the tight shot here, and we'll see trying to block the near defender, the near receiver. Okay, right there, everybody's blocking the near receiver. Now in that case, we did not get the skill guy that was going to make the tackle, but it was still a big play for us. This is a great clip of just a defensive lineman being completely trained to go block the quarterback. So if you look at the quarterback as he threw the interception, our defensive end goes and blocks. It was towards the end of the game, but his conscious effort, he was trained to go block the quarterback. So that's a very big point of emphasis to us. Block anybody that could make the tackle. Now our last drill, this gets to the concept of don't follow the same color jersey, because that is an extremely important concept, and we have not talked about that yet. But my philosophy is this: if we were to put 11 guys on defense and you do the old school 11 cones down the sideline and everybody go to a different cone, well, typically your nose is going to be the guy going to the last cone. So that's going to be a conditioning drill for him. The DBs aren't going to run very far, so that's just an easy drill for them, and it defeats a little bit of the purpose. And what I found is, as a coach, is I just kept getting frustrated because it's hard to get that drill 100% right. So we condensed that drill down to 4 people. So we call this drill quick and dirty. The purpose of the drill is to focus on not following the same color jersey. It's very simple. Just outside the hashes, you're going to put 4 cones, 5 yards apart. I'll show you the video here in a second. You're going to have 4 defenders that are going to stand in the middle, pretty much use roughly where the X is on the field. As a coach, I point a direction, I say set hit, they do an up down, and then they sprint to a cone. And it's the same rules that you've probably coached throughout your career, is get to a cone. If someone's at your cone, then you got to move to the next cone down the sideline. So right now, there's cones. They're a little hard to see as they're fluorescent on the white lines, but our defense did an up down, and then they're running to a cone. So you're getting that space, you're getting that pursuit angle that is extremely important, but we're doing it in a contained setting. We call this quick and dirty because we can do this very fast. We'll set up 2 groups. We'll set up one on the 50, one on the goal line going towards each other, so we can get a lot of guys, a lot of reps, and you get the point of emphasis. I pointed to the right, everybody's rolling, and they go to their 4 different cones. They chop their feet. I say set hit again. They sprint back, so it's all an effort thing, and then they'll get together and they'll do some kind of a break, or they'll go to the back of the line depending on how we set up the drill. And then we can just roll these through. So we have our first drill that's just straight attitude, pursuit, alignment, assignment. We have the second one that's involved with a lot of takeaways. And then we have our third one that is the actual skill of not following the same color jersey. By taking these drills and putting them in different times throughout the year, our guys don't get bored with different pursuit drills. They're very focused. Our guys understand the purpose of them, and then they really enjoy pursuing the football because they know that it's going to put them in a situation where they can be very, very successful. Okay. I'd like to thank you for joining me today. Again, if you have any questions, if you ever want to talk football, if you want to talk about these drills or any of the things that we do on defense, feel free to contact me. My contact information is on the screen, email, office line, and also my Twitter handle. You can DM me on Twitter as well. Thank you very much. I appreciate you joining me today. Have a great day.